Acclaimed filmmaker Martin Scorsese aroused controversy in 2019 when he called Marvel films theme parks and not cinema in an interview with Empire. After being publicly flogged by Marvel fans on social media,
maybe fuck yourself,
Scorsese explained what he meant and elaborated on the dangers Marvel films pose to the future of cinema.
My observation is that the filmmakers of substance need support. And the problem is the amusement park films. Now, I think, in effect, they've got real cinema on the run.
Scorsese is wrong, but not for the reasons you might expect. Marvel films aren't theme parks, and they aren't cinema either. They're more like role-playing games produced by corporations in which fans are invited to participate.
It's a very different presentist approach to problems where we move through media much more like a video game, in real time, first-person choice to choice to choice to choice.
In his 2013 book, Present Shock, Douglas Rushkoff pointed out that the digital age had destroyed the idea of traditional narrative, and that role-playing games, or RPGs, were taking its place. From Dungeons & Dragons to World of Warcraft, these infinite games allow players to play indefinitely with no end, no winners or losers. Role-playing isn't limited to video games or tabletop games anymore. Gamification, the process of turning something into a game, has spread throughout society, from culture to politics. A cinematic universe like the Marvel films is a kind of infinite game where fans can play together. A good Marvel or Star Wars fan will criticize and debate plot points on podcasts and YouTube channels, they'll dress up as characters at conventions, and hunt for the Easter eggs scattered throughout the movies. And franchise movies will provide fans with backstories, side plots, and recurring characters in return. These films are interactive, like games, and seemingly infinite, whereas a theme park has boundaries. Although wealthy Disney fans can purchase million-dollar homes to live inside Walt Disney World, most park goers must exit the gate at some point. Franchise films, on the other hand, seemingly have no end. They're so expansive that fans refer to them collectively as universes. But a cinematic universe is just a euphemism for a franchise. Another example of an infinite game is QAnon, the conspiracy theory that spread during Donald Trump's presidency. QAnon theorists believe that a secret cabal of sex-trafficking Democrats was constantly undermining Trump in office, and that they stole the election from him in 2020. Critics have noted that QAnon is kind of like a role-playing game, although one that has occasionally spilled over into real life. The storming of the US Capitol on January 6, 2021, was a brief moment when the players of the QAnon game tried to beat the game once and for all. QAnon promised an end to the game in the form of the storm, the day of reckoning when Trump would win big, as he promised, and assume the throne forever. For QAnon players, winning the game would mean ending the tension and fighting between Trump and anyone standing in his way. No more bosses or levels, no more opposition, only infinite right-wing rule. They thought they were bounded within a finite game, when really they were playing a game without end.
Oh my God.
The late David Graeber said that our lives today are like video games. Nothing is actually produced. It just kind of springs into being, and we really do spend our lives earning points and dodging people carrying weapons. Of course, no game is truly infinite, and most people want a game to end at some point. As Byung-Chul Han wrote, "True happiness comes from what runs riot, lets go, is exuberant, and loses meaning." As a means of production, gamification is destroying play's potential to set free. Nearly every part of our life today is gamified, from our social relations to our careers. It is the result of a world surrendered to productive entertainment, like film franchises and conspiracy theories, in which consumers hunt Easter eggs and hidden clues, searching for an answer. You might play along in a theme park, but only in a game will you make choices that affect your experience and perhaps the experience of others. Until the day the game is finally over, players will switch from first-person shooters to RPGs, from drone simulators to God games, hoping to win big. But there is no game, and there is no end. Democracy cannot survive as a game, because if someone beats it, the game is over.